friends. This is Rupali here. I welcome you. And do you have problem with your beliefs? Like you cannot achieve your dreams. Maybe you are too small. Maybe you are too young. Maybe you are too old because your dreams are your dreams. You want to fulfill. Age has no bar to it. For that, I have Coach Michelle Frey with us. Let's welcome Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Rupali.
How are
Thanks
you
for
doing?
having me. I'm fabulous. I greatly appreciate you having me here.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
So tell us about yourself. You are working in a doctor's office. Why you are switching to this coaching thing?
I used to call myself customer service. I have been a people person my whole life. I started out as a licensed cosmetologist in high school. I got to go to beauty school while I was still in high school. So I finished my cosmetology degree and my high school diploma all on the same day. So people have always been my passion, helping people, talking with people, and that just kind of revolved then into working in a doctor's office part-time, as I had my babies, and that evolved into me going to work full-time for a primary care internal med. And then it was destined to happen. The week before I went back to work full-time, I heard a podcast and they were talking about a life coach, and they listed all the things that, like if this is you really need to look into this. And I checked every one of those boxes. It was completely me. And it took me a year to really say, I'm going to do this. And I investigated in the schools and I love every minute of it, every single minute.
Okay. So what do you love about life coaching, and why did you choose limiting beliefs?
Because I had them. I did. I had them. I found myself at 47. My husband and I had a conversation. I got married at 20 to my high school sweetheart. He was 22. And we had a conversation one night about retirement. And my baby, it occurred to me, right? Like my baby will graduate from high school the same year my husband retires from his full-time job. I was like, I'm 47. All I've been was a stay-at-home mom for, I've done hair, obviously, but that's, I haven't worked in a professional capacity forever. I didn't even know what I liked. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was still saying, who do you want to be when you grow up? And my joke was, I want to be independently wealthy, right? And it occurred to me, right? I mean, that's what everybody's like, I want to be independent. Like the magic skies are going to open and the money's going to fall out. And I would just get to do whatever I wanted. So that's when it occurred to me, like, I really needed to dig and figure out what I really love to do. And I really love to help people.
Okay. So tell us about the belief. What is belief in your opinion?
Belief is, a lot of the times the belief is that we can't achieve it, right? We never, ever really dig deep into I can have all of my dreams, that they're all possible. We always have the impossible dreams and we joke about the impossible. We very rarely ever think there can be real. And I would love to offer the only thing between you and the reality of it is the thought that you're having about it. Whether you're going to hold it in your hand or not, you can still have that dream and it can still be as real as you can make it just by thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. So why do you think that is holding us?
I think it's kind of a conditioned, taught thing, right? Like I think we do it to ourselves. We do little fails. Have you ever had where you wanted to do something and you're just like, it came time to follow through, and it could be something as small as I want to lose 5 pounds for summer, right? For a swimsuit, whatever it is. And then it comes time to, that ice cream is sitting in the freezer and you're like, this one time, right?
This one
time is not going to hurt.
Yep.
Well, maybe not, but that's a little fail if you said you weren't going to do that. Or you want to learn to run, right? Like, I'm going to run 5 miles, and you run a mile the first day. Then you run a mile the second day, and the third day comes along, you're like, oh, it's raining, I am not running today. It's a little fail. All those little fails end up becoming huge moments in your life where you let yourself down when the big important things are, it's time to do those, right? Like, you've already conditioned your brain that there's no way I'm going to make it through that and make it to the end of that.
Yep. Yeah, lots of people do that, and it happened. It's like, it's nature.
It is, right? And we do it every day, little things every day, right?
Yeah.
That you don't even think about, are conditioning your mind to think that, well, it doesn't matter. It's just one little thing. It doesn't matter. But if you told yourself you want to do that, and you're counting on yourself to do it, and then you let yourself down. So it even has nothing to do with what anybody else teaches you or says to you. It's everything that you've taught yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all the thoughts and what you're saying to yourself.
Okay. So how do you think it's hindering in our achieving the dreams? Like, if I have some dream and I want to achieve it, how can a limiting belief is holding me back?
I honestly think that we are afraid to commit. We're afraid to say it out loud. I believe that once you start talking about it and you admit you want something and you give up the judgment, like, if you can get past judgments, like your own judgment or worrying about what other people's judgments of you are, because you want something, that is when I think you've really made that extra little push. When you open yourself to vulnerability, to be able to just say it out loud, that gives you a little push. You know, it's like when you're afraid to admit it to those that you love the most, that are closest to you, because what they're going to say or think, then you're terrified. It's like you get that internal fear, that primitive brain kicks in. Is like, just stay in the cave, honey. It's better here. You know, it's like, it's safer. Don't go venture out there, right?
That's true.
It's true.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you have to consciously make that choice.
Yeah, to make the choice consciously. So give us some steps. How can we break that limiting belief and achieve our dreams, whatever we have?
The first thing is to figure out what you're thinking, because we have so many thoughts a day that we have no idea are really happening back there. You know, back to that primitive brain. We have such an inner dialogue that we don't pay attention to it, right? So you have to start paying attention. I love to journal. I have like 3 different kinds of journaling that I do. One of them is, I call it, this isn't very appealing, but I call it the word vomit journal. I just, whatever's in my brain, it's not appealing, but it's true. Whatever's in my brain, I just pour it all out on the page, right? Like,
Right.
I don't question the spelling. I don't question punctuation. I just, whatever's going on up there, it gets all put down. And then I also have my appreciation journal. Like, and this one I've just started recently, because I think we get so caught up in what we want, we forget to appreciate what we already have.
Right.
So I think once you start appreciating what you have, you really get to understanding what you want a little bit better. Like, why do you really want this? And is it really worth you doing the steps it's going to take? And also, let's be honest, and let's not make it into the instant gratification. Like, if you can really sit with a dream and that you really want to achieve, and you can be honest with yourself what it would really require to achieve it, you know, like winning the lot, everybody has a money. Everybody always puts money in a dream part, right? Like, we can all relate to that. But we're always thinking, like I said before in the beginning, that I want to be independently wealthy. Like, it should just occur to me. right?
Mm-hmm.
But what didn't occur to me is that I am independently wealthy. My brain can achieve any of the things that I want. I already have it. I just have to work through my mind to tangibly hold it in my hand. I can feel it in my chest, in my stomach, my brain. I can have it anytime I want it, but to physically hold it, I just have to do the steps, right? So you have to know from point A to point B what's important to you, why do you want it, and are you willing to do the work and take the time? If you're looking for instant gratification, you're not going to get there.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. Winning the lottery is like getting struck by lightning. And then if it's gone tomorrow like that, then it's gone, and then you're doing that scarcity thing. Like if you earn it and achieve it, whatever the dream is, weight loss, money, a business, whatever it is, you know you can do it again. You can replicate it again. We're in COVID. This has happened to so many people right now. Finances, their job, a career, whatever, their own business. There are so many people right now are pivoting because the circumstance was out of their control. But they already know what they're doing, where they're going. They just shifted. They just pivoted into something different. And they know they can do it. And that's what we got to get past, is the not believing in ourselves.
Right. So tell us, how do you get the challenges when you were looking for your dream to achieve? What was your challenges?
My challenges are not chasing it with scarcity, right? Like, because if you always we love to look at my age right now is I just turned 51 July the 5th. So
Wow.
I did
You
not
don't look like.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, you're sweet. I didn't even know who I wanted to be, right? Like we ask ourselves, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? We should be asking, who do we want to be? Right?
Yeah.
Because what we want to be is a feeling. We want to achieve a feeling. And who we want to be is who we show up as with that feeling. So they go together. And it didn't, I did not figure it out until a year ago. What I really enjoyed doing was people. I knew that always, but like my path was just recent. And then once you open yourself to the possibility, it's amazing what will come to you. Like you, Rupali, I just opened myself up, and got involved in a networking group, and I met amazing people, and then you find and you meet and you connect with people you never would have connected with in a million years.
Yep.
It's the universe. I swear it's a little woo.
Yeah.
But it is. It's true. It's like you open yourself up to the possibilities.
Right.
Yeah.
Until you open up, you cannot do anything, right? First step is open up.
Yes. Being open to see it. A friend of mine and I, a fellow coach, her and I have become really close the last 3 months. And we were having this conversation 2 nights ago. And the conversation we had was the fact that until you are ready to hear it, like you can hear the same thing, like nothing any of us are saying is new. Somebody way better than I have commented and talked about this, because that's how I've learned it. Like some of my mentors who I will never meet have all done this already, right?
Right.
And we were talking that you can hear it over and over and over again, but until you're open to really hear it, you don't get it, or you don't respond to it, or like it affects you differently. So that's my mission. My mission is, if me being 51 years old can share that you can do it at any age or at any part of your life or any financial situation, just by changing how you think and being open and positive about it and willing, right, to do the time, then my goal has been met. That is my mission.
What was you think that you did wrong, and what was your lesson from that? What was your mistake?
My mistakes are coming from a place of scarcity and resistance.
Mhm.
And unless you felt them, you may not realize what they are. So if you're looking at something that you want so bad and you cannot wait to get it, and you have this anxiety about it, like it's going to just slip through your fingers,
Mhm.
right? Before it happens, that's scarcity. That's
Right.
coming from a place where you cannot be open-minded, you cannot be thinking rationally or on purpose. You're always chasing. Resistance is coming from the place of you're not willing to feel something, right? Like if you're worried about the judgments from somebody else, or you're worried about the price tag, right? Like, oh my gosh, the commitment, the time, the whatever it is, that's resistance. And that's a lesson I will probably have to carry with me till the end of my days, because I catch myself. I'm just now more aware of this happening, that you catch yourself doing. It's like, oh, I'm chasing that. And that doesn't feel good to whoever, to your family or anybody. So yeah, that's mine. That's my strong one. It is. It is. I want it all yesterday. Oh gosh.
What are the daily routine you want to share? Like, if you want to achieve something, what should be your daily routine?
Daily routine is definitely journaling for sure. When you use paper and pen, I know so many people in the digital world still like their keyboard and their computer. However, paper and pen slows you down, and it really lets your brain catch up to what and it lets you be the observer a little bit better, because we type and we do stuff and we're not really consciously thinking about it. Um, I just, in the last 3 years, I get up early. And I start my day. I have a journal. I plan my day. Like my planner this is something I've just learned recently, within probably the last 3 months. And I follow that planner. I do not, the only time I deviate is if there's something that is not in my control that we deviate from. But if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. If I say I'm going to show up somewhere, unless something weird happens, I'm showing up.
Mhm.
Excuse me. So I just, those things, follow your instincts. Like, live on purpose. What is your purpose? Ask yourself questions all the time. What is my purpose? Why am I doing this? What am I looking for? Right. So if you do something, like if you're going to have an interview, or like, let's talk on the phone for 3 hours, why are you doing that? What is the purpose of, what are you wanting to achieve? Is it getting
Mhm.
in the way? Is it just entertainment? And that's fine, but understand why you're doing it.
So, at this age, also, you are going and beating the things. So, tell us what makes you going and not quitting.
I think I'm at the age where I'm not worried about other people thinking the judgments or the negativity stuff, that I think about myself. I finally have come to the conclusion that I reflect how I feel about me is what other people are going to feel about me, because that's the vibe that I'm giving them. So I've taken it upon myself to show those vulnerabilities, like to show like my people. I haven't even met half of them yet, or even a third of them yet, right? Like the people that I'm going to touch their lives, or they're going to touch mine. I'm honest. Like, I will be honest and tell you, like, I I'm right now, I'm in my laundry room. Like, I'm Stephen King. I joke about this all the time. I'm working from home. I'm Stephen King. Like, behind my curtains is not a beautiful window. It's my washer and dryer. So you can start, I'm serious. You can start from anywhere. It isn't a matter of I'm better or I know more, or I'm in the trenches. I'm in the trenches with everybody else. And that feels good. It feels good to be there. And I think I need to be there for everybody else, right? Like the
Mhm.
women like myself who have had their children and they're out going off to college, or still have kids in school, or just don't even know what they want to do.
Mhm.
I want to be the one to encourage them. Take a risk on yourself. it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. You know,
Right.
just take the risk. It's so much fun.
Right. Thanks for sharing. So, can you tell us a book which inspired you?
Oh, okay. So I have a few.
Okay.
The one that probably really, as far as, you're going to laugh at this, but again, I'm very authentic and I'm honest. I'm giving it to you straight. One of the books that changed my whole world was a romance writer. Her name is Kristen Ashley, and
Wow.
yes, seriously, I'm a huge, because the genre. Well, I could get in for this for all days, but the genre gets really dissed a lot. But the friendships in her books are amazing. Like,
Mhm.
they're amazing. And she taught me that it's great just to be yourself. I always do I am a dork. I am so goofy and dorky, and I'm a talker and I have fun. And her books inspired me that it's great to be that and love yourself for it and just be you. Like, Kristen Ashley herself is the best at unconditional love and her friendships. But Jim Rohn, Jim Rohn changed my whole life as far as the business world.
Okay.
I was walking. Thanks to Jim Rohn, I lost like close to 40 pounds because I was
Wow.
walking and listening to the audio, like the best of Jim Rohn audio, on audio. And you just can't stop walking. He's like, oh my gosh. And the very first chapter said, your philosophy, like, you change your philosophy, you can change anything. And he talks about setting the sails to the wind and it was so simple, right? It's so simple yet so profound. I couldn't even wrap my brain around that. I was crazy. And then, of course, your Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, and Brene Brown and her vulnerabilities, and Julia Cameron. She was one that really changed my life too, with The Artist's Way. She has a book, and she has, like, every week for, I think it's 4 weeks or something, you can, she has activities and things, and that's what kick-started this whole thing. It was profound. Yeah.
So, Michelle, tell us what audience should take away from this interview.
I think it's the best thing I can give you is to dream. Just start dreaming. It doesn't matter if it's for a car, or it doesn't matter if it's for a dishwasher or an outfit. Start practicing dreaming again, because so many of us, we forget how. Like, as we get older, we get so caught up in our day-to-day life, and we get so caught up in our families, and we think of dreams as, like vacations, and that is definitely, but we look at social media and we kind of gotten cynical, right? Like, we look at other people's social media pages and everything is either fabulous or death defying, like it's either one or the other extreme. There's nothing happily, just everybody's living their day-to-day life, right? So don't judge your life by theirs. Find your own dreams, whether they be big or small. I highly recommend starting something small that you can achieve and feel that feeling of, wow, there it is, and start building on it. It's profound. It's fun. Have fun, for Pete's sake. Life is short. Enjoy every minute.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you very much. It's been
Thanks,
a lovely meeting. Thank you.
yes, thanks, Rupali. You're so sweet and kind and beautiful, and I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.